up, Muscular Development? Steve Kuclo with Big Jon Ward. We are actually just finishing up what was arms today. Went to Gulch, Venice. Kind of nice. I mean, you got perfect weather. You know, to train at the Mecca. To just kind of to go back to the roots of what the bodybuilding started and everything. It's every time I come out here, I like to visit Venice Beach, and probably at some point we'll go eat at Firehouse or a few of the little restaurants around here. So John and I decided to get a little arm workout in today. John is 9 weeks out of the USA's. I'm 1 week post New York Pro. So week out, still kind of trying to keep it together somewhat, but feel I'm a little bit fuller than I was at the New York Pro, maybe about 10 pounds. So John, I talked to him, and he mentioned he was sitting about in the mid to low 260s. So definitely on track, being 9 weeks out. Got to see a little sneak peek of him today. You'll see in the video. I mean, he's on point. I'm definitely excited to see John in shape here. And Chad's dialing him in, so he's got a good set of eyes, good coach behind him. So it's going to be exciting for him. Today for arms, we started with biceps first, kind of to focus on really bringing up the certain parts of my biceps, the outer bicep, just the bicep thickness. You get that a lot with a lot of your poses. You just get that. You get more a thicker bicep. You're going to have that kind of Phil Heath looking arm. That's just. So we started off with some reverse curls. One of the things Honey and I really adapted to the training is the reverse curl with easy bar. We started off with 7 sets of it, actually, to kind of really get a good little pump. Don't need to go crazy with the weight.
We did 7. We actually did less rest than usual for FSC 7 stuff, because we were going right back and forth.
We went back and forth with that. So it's like
we did after that we did that free motion leaning forward.
Yeah. One of the other things is like some of these are a little bit newer exercises I recently started doing pre-contest for the New York, and this one was it's a leaning forward version of the incline bench dumbbell curl as you do it with the cable, but lean forward, and it kind of takes a little bit of your shoulder out of it and your chest, which you would kind of use sometimes lifting up on an incline curl. So using the cables keeps the constant tension on it through the whole motion, and you really work the stretch and the full motion of the bicep, really focusing on your mind-muscle connection, and it worked really well. I like you feel the whole movement. Then we went to a single arm preacher on the
Lou machine.
Yeah, it's kind of a different angle, more like a horizontal preacher rather than like a 45 degree. So felt really good, kind of like you're hitting a bicep pose. And with John being 9 weeks out, it's really good to kind of feel how if you're able to put tension on the muscle in a similar motion that you're posing. It's kind of good, you see, again, working that mind-muscle connection to be able to really flex that, through the whole movement instead of just moving weight.
Here comes the ready or not. Here comes the boy for the sound. Here comes the ready or not. How you like me now? I say we rep the style. So what you talking about? I'm not running out my mouth. I know this without a doubt.
And then we went to finished with a blood-starving set with the rope. Did like a rope hammer, keeping our arms above our heart the whole set. You'll see how you don't need an extreme amount of weight with that either. First couple sets, you're like, man, this is really light. And by the time you get to that 5th set, you're like, this is really ridiculous. So then we went to
Tricep rope extension.
Triceps. The tricep rope extensions, we did that for 5 sets. Again, to kind of warm up the elbows a little bit, get some blood flowing, really squeeze them out, and then from there we went to we do dips.
Yeah.
We did dips. We did 4 sets of dips.
Close.
Keeping our hands close together and keeping our body more vertical than bent over. and that way focuses more on the tricep. Takes a little bit of the chest and shoulder out of the movement, and focuses more on, and we'll focus on squeezing those last few reps out of each set, really just to burn out the tris. By that, we're pretty much fried, and then we went to rope overhead extensions for another blood-starving set, 5 straight sets, and just kept the arm above our heart to really finish it off. But I mean, for me, getting a pump right now, it's easy. I'm a week out after a show, and I mean, my carbs have been higher than they've been through my whole prep. My body's very sensitive to carbs, and pretty much anything I'm taking in right now, my body's just sucking up. So it's pretty fun training post-contest. But John's he's 9 weeks out, and he's barely getting any carbs and doing a ton of cardio, and it's hard to get a pump. But if you're able to, you just got to push through that. I'll kind of ask John some questions, about. We know you're 9 weeks out, but, how do you feel being, 9 weeks out and kind of where you're at with your conditioning and how your training is with, such little carbs? Do you feel like, you're still getting a pump? I mean, kind of, explain a little bit how you're feeling as compared to somebody, like me, how I would feel. Like, how are you feeling with such low carbs and still being able to, train? I mean, how do you get through, like, that low carb feeling?
Caffeine. Yeah. But no, it's just I still feel great. I mean, surprisingly enough, even with the lower carbs, it's getting the blood into the muscle. It's not sodium induced, so I get the pumps and they last a lot longer than just a bunch of fluid sitting in the muscle. So it actually feels good. The pump lasts longer. I have enough energy. I have enough carbs to get through the workouts. I can still train fairly heavy, not as heavy as I could in the off season, but still fairly heavy for the amount of carbs that I have. The pumps still feel good when I get the pumps, and like you said, you don't need a ton of weight. Just the mind muscle, really concentrate and get the blood into the muscle is the most important thing right now to keep that muscle that you've gained over the off season.
Totally. John hasn't competed this is about 2 years. Is that about right?
2 years this weekend.
So it'd be 2 years, and for somebody, say, that competes regular basis or that's competed, it was about, before I started my prep, maybe 4 or 5 months of an off season I had. So it wasn't a lot of time. So didn't have to diet real extreme as far as my calories and because my body was just in that condition. But sometimes going to where to get to that condition after not being there for a few years can be difficult. So it's similar to kind of going back to the first time you ever dieted. A lot of people like to know what cardio preferences you have, how much cardio, when you do it, that kind of stuff.
Every day is a little different. I have a rest day where I literally don't do anything. I just eat and relax all day. I have a couple days where I'll do just an hour session, then I have a couple days where I'm doing 2 hour sessions. I would say about 90% of it's on the stairs. So after my leg day, when I do cardio, I'll do the treadmill. Or sometime Monday morning. We do legs on Sunday, so sometime Monday morning I'm not ready for the stairs yet. Yeah. So I'll knock out another treadmill session or something like that. But it's not extremely high intensity cardio, but more steady state cardio. Definitely sweating my butt off, and to your point as far as getting in that comfort zone, it's kind of crushing that comfort zone. So making your body not be comfortable and adapting to that, and making it to the point now where you want to do the cardio, and you start looking at it and half an hour goes by before you know it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before, half an hour was, holy shit, I did a half an hour cardio.
Right.
Now half an hour cardio is,
it's
a cakewalk. Yeah, exactly. So I'm definitely out of that off-season comfort zone. I'm definitely in the pre-contest mindset, the pre-contest routine and mode right now. So everything's really on track, I feel like, mentally and physically.
That's good. I definitely seen you this off-season. I mean, you were the past 2 years, you've been fairly large. I mean, not a real bad large either. I mean, you're a big guy. I mean, you're how tall are you?
6 foot.
You're 6 foot, and you're in off season moves kind of like your regular weight, about 310 was it, roughly? 300.
Low threes.
High
90s, low 3s.
So I mean, John's a bigger guy. So if you say 300 pounds at 6 foot, I mean that's a big dude. So John has a big frame, and he's definitely worked the past 2 years filling it out. So it's exciting to see changes you made over the past 2 years, and we're definitely looking forward to seeing you on stage in 9 weeks at the USA's. So definitely, John's got a lot of videos coming out the next few weeks, and then through the rest of his prep. So keep an eye on MD. I'm going to get a few more, some training stuff. I'm going to be working on a new DVD coming out. I think we're going to do some off-season training stuff. So I'm throwing that idea around. So definitely keep an eye out, everybody, on what we have in store through muscular development, and keep an eye on Jon Ward. I think he's definitely going to be one of the contenders for that. For the class, one of the cars, and potentially the overall. So just gonna be dialing it in from here, 9 weeks. So keep pushing, man. And
Appreciate it.
So everybody, this is Steve Kuclo, Jon Ward, Muscular Development Radio, in Venice Beach. Later.